Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. Of course, I've got Salt and Pepper with me, and I think I've mentioned this in the past that Salt and Pepper actually don't stay out on display. They stay in the back, and they've been together since they were babies, but now they're getting kind of big. It is definitely time to move them out front. I showed you last week that we actually got their new enclosures in that are front end loading. Well, today is the big day. It's going to be an interesting one because I got to somehow figure out how to get those old tanks out of there and get the new ones in, get them hooked up, and eventually get Salt and Pepper out front. This is when the training really increases, because then we can start working with them every day on different things, not just holding, but also like coming to their name, clicker training, all kinds of good stuff. So today's going to be a really fun build day for my pet alligators. I've got my siphon, I've got my bucket, and I actually have to redo these cages right here. These are the ones that Salt and Pepper will be in full-time now when we actually replace them for the next probably several months until they get too big and we have to increase. Regardless, we do have some challenges today. I'm not going to lie to you because there's some issues with some holes in the tanks that was sent, and I don't know. It's going to be an interesting day. Hopefully we'll get this thing figured out, but for now I have to siphon the water out, take the bulkheads out, and get these tanks out of here, and then I can start working on the other ones. So obviously the first thing we have to do is just really unplug the filters, you know, that way there's no filtration going on. And then I have to just get the siphon going with these guys. You gotta remember, this is kind of alligator water, so it's not gonna be really good to ingest it, but you know, that's just the way it goes. Next up, I just have to actually screw this bulkhead. Now put a bucket of water down here because it's probably going to drain out. Just like that, as that bulkhead loosens up. Basically all the water that I can't siphon out will come out. I'll let that just kind of drain down as I'm unscrewing things here. Once all this water is out, I can actually get the bulkheads out. I'll do the same thing on the other side. I have to repeat on the next tank. That way we can actually pull the tank out and actually assess what we've got going on. Because like I had mentioned before, unfortunately I got the new tanks from Universal Rocks. They had drilled the holes in the wrong spot. So we have to work on that. But I'll get to that later. Right now I'm just going to try to remove these tanks. But so far so good. Again, just get the bulkheads out, get the filtration out, get the tank out, and then we can start working on the other ones. Got a little bit of a hiccup here. I forgot we actually PVC glued this actual whole piece onto the bulkhead, so there's no way for me to completely unscrew the bulkhead here because it runs into this. So I think I'm going to have to actually just get like a Sawzall and actually cut that off so that way I can unscrew the bulkhead. I don't think there's any other way to do it. So okay, well, definitely the first little wrinkle in what I thought was going to be a relatively easy removal. So all right, get a Sawzall.
So I'm actually going to pluck this hibiscus off and see if we can feed it to Bella. Bella, want to try hibiscus? Bella. I'm going in.
I'm going in.
All right, how about now? Yeah, how about this? Okay. So unfortunately it doesn't look like Bella likes it, so that means Matilda gets a nice treat. That's a little better that Matilda took it. How cute was that, guys?
All right, Sawzall, but you know what? I tell you what, I actually have some PVC cutters here. It'd be better to do this because I don't like the idea of having some power tools like getting into things. So let's go see if this works first. Again, getting around there. I think this will be enough to just kind of cut that PVC away. But before we do that, I did want to explain a little bit. I know it's a wreck down here in the basement, but listen, we're working on it. So basically, this is the actual tanks that are going to go in. And you can see that where the bulkheads were cut right here, two things. Number one, honestly, they're the wrong size. They're too big of holes for the bulkheads I have. And number two, if I had the bulkheads coming up here and here, it would interfere with the surface area of the actual alligators, because obviously they need to be in here. So we need the bulkheads to be back here and back here, right? So that way it's not interfering with the surface area here. So first we have to actually see if we can drill out new bulkheads for that. I've never drilled glass, but I've got an idea I can show you guys. And then I have to actually cap those off in order to do it. Basically silicone glass on top of it to stop it from leaking. So I know, I wish that we didn't have this extra process that we have to go through, but it's just the way it is. Let's see if these PVC cutters will work. Okay, so we were able to cut the PVC off, so that's a good thing. Now we can actually just get this bulkhead out of here, hopefully. All right, now the bulkhead's free. I can just push it up and pull it out from the top side. That way we can roll this out. Have to do the other side and then a whole nother tank. Whoop.
That scared me. Okay.
Just watch your fingers roll down. Good?
Yep, good.
I'll let down first.
Okay.
Then I'll help you. That makes sense. Go ahead, get your fingers up.
Good. We'll just have to pull mine over a little bit.
Got a chance up?
Good.
That was a bigger job than I expected. Getting those bulkheads out were really difficult in a tight spot. So we basically need to now drill holes similar to this in the other tanks. But to do that, we have to go and get a drill. I have never drilled an aquarium or glass ever before. But you know, I watched a couple videos, so I think I'll be an expert. No, the truth is, we might crack it, guys. We don't know. So anyways, these guys are heavy. They're sitting here. We'll do something. We'll repurpose this somewhere. Not sure about it. But for now, I think we're actually going to head over to Home Depot and see if we can get all the stuff that we need. Andrew's been working on Santana, the Savannah monitor, and ball training. It's been going well?
It's been going great.
All right, let's try it. Let's see if he's gonna do something. He's always ready to go. There you go, buddy. Oh, look at that, right to it. He knows what the deal is. Oh, that is awesome. Oh my God, you did so good with that.
We're super proud of him. He's so small, but he has a really good food response, so he's a very good candidate for ball training.
Exactly. There you go, bud. Look at him. He just immediately goes up to that ball. He knows there's food, touches it, and there you go. How awesome is that? Oh my God. Andrew, you did so good on that. I'm super excited. So just another monitor lizard that is now target trained for the balls. Again, as Santana, the Savannah monitor, gets bigger, we can start taking him out more and get him into an enclosure where people can feed him and stuff like that. But that ball training worked absolutely amazing, and Andrew did a great job. Right, so basically I'm here, I'm gonna get a diamond bit hole saw so I can drill through this glass. I need plumber's tape, I need some plumber's putty, and I need some sandpaper. So that's pretty much it here. So hopefully we can find it. Another crazy hiccup. They had 1 1/4, 1 3/8, and then all the way up to 2 inch. So it didn't have a 1 1/2 inch bit. I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not, but this is the only thing I can do. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Now to find the rest of the stuff and get out of here. So I'm going to turn in this one here because this is for ceramic tile. This is actually better because it actually is diamond blade. This is what I actually want. I think this is going to cut. Unfortunately, the same thing, 1 3/8, no bigger sizes. So maybe 1 3/8 is going to be okay for this bulkhead. So let's give it a shot. I swear, well, no, I don't know what I'm doing. But so I found the diamond bit. That's awesome. But then I found this, which is the whole system here. What you want to do is have water when you're drilling through. That's why I had the plumber's putty, because I was going to show you guys a cheat with the plumber's putty. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get it just so I can show you guys a cheat. But now that I have this, I don't need the plumber's putty, but I'll show you both ways anyways. This is going to be perfect. Absolutely what I need if the bulkhead fits through it, that is. You guys that don't know this, and Jay didn't know this.
I didn't know this either.
But when you go to Home Depot, you got to get a hot dog. You know what I mean? You got to get a hot dog. How you doing? Okay, so we got our stuff. We are back to the shop, and you know what they say, nutrition is the biggest part of your day, right? So I'm not sure that this counts, but let's get back to the shop. Taking a little break from the tank build to actually show you the new chameleon. Remember the female that I told you about? It's a translucent, basically a recessive piebald chameleon. It's absolutely gorgeous. Well, we got her set up all like this. She's actually right next to Karma over here, but we have a little block so that they can't see each other, because when chameleons see each other, they can actually get really upset. Regardless, we have this kind of set up. We're gonna put some more foliage in here, but you can see there's a bunch of dirt down here. Now, the whole idea is if she's got infertile eggs in her, a lot of times they bind up and they can actually die. So if we can give her a real mellow area where she's not stressed at all, we give her a nice place where she can dig and hopefully lay her eggs. Hopefully she'll pass those eggs and she'll be completely fine. She looks great. She's settling in really good. She's been eating and stuff like that, so I think she's gonna be completely fine. I'll keep you guys updated on how she's doing, but as for now, she seems to love her new environment. Super excited. I got a package. This is actually something that I ordered from Amazon, so this isn't a surprise.
It looks heavy.
It is heavy.
Whoa, what was that?
What was that?
How did that just fly out? What the heck?
I have no idea what that is. I have a feeling that that's not part of my package.
It's metal.
If somebody ever on Amazon ordered a metal plate, I got your plate. So
Yeah, what the heck?
it's okay. Let's see what's in here. I'm pretty excited. First and foremost, boom.
Skeleton hands?
Skeleton hands. That's right.
I'm
and
confused.
then check this out. This is super exciting. Guess what this is?
It is a white box.
Exactly. It's a white box. But what's in
Okay.
that white box?
Whoa! It weighs about a pound and a half.
Look what's in this box.
Get it! Cocaine!
Yes, a kilo of no. This is actually plaster of Paris. Are you excited?
I don't know what that is. Wait, what's a plaster of Paris? Is that a platypus?
Listen, I'm not going to say anymore. I've got plaster of Paris and I've got a bag of hands. More to come with this around Halloween. All right, so again, I'm gonna explain what I was gonna do. Now I'm gonna show you what actually I can do, because someone was smart enough to actually build a kit that I was able to buy, which includes this little piece right here. So I was just gonna take a coupling like this, and basically what you wanna do is when you're drilling, you want there to actually be water in here, because the glass will heat up and potentially crack. So what I was gonna do is just gonna build this putty up right here. I was just gonna take plumber's putty like this. I was gonna basically knead it into a thing like this. Ultimately, I was gonna take it around like this, do the whole thing. I would then squeeze this in like this. Then I would build up like this. I would actually make a reservoir that was watertight. I could then now fill up that water into here, and then the water stays in there. As I'm drilling, the glass stays cool, doesn't crack. Then I was gonna use this as a template to put on top of here that my drill could guide in, because as you're going, it might go like, but once it guides in and starts to get into the groove, then you can take this away, you can drill the rest of the way through. The good news is that someone really smart did this. They actually came up with this little mechanism here. This is the size of the actual bit. So this bit goes right into here like that, super easy. Now there's little sticky things that you put on the bottom of this right here, just like that. You put that down wherever your hole is, like that. You can put water in this reservoir right here and then drill through like that. I mean, that makes my life a lot easier, but I wanted to give you that kind of life hack. If you don't have one of these or don't have access to one of these, again, you could just use plumber's putty and any kind of, you can even use a styrofoam cup or a plastic cup, put it around, make a little bit of a reservoir in there. That way the water's in there, you do it. So now things are even easier than ever. So if this works out well, hopefully I won't crack this tank and we'll have a couple good holes here in the next 15, 20 minutes. So as you can see, I just want to place this right here. This is where the actual intake is going to be. And keep in mind that there's going to be not only a bulkhead here, but there's going to be a pipe sticking out. So I've got to make sure that it reaches all around my backdrop on the inside. Now, once I actually have this set down, this will be watertight. I can literally just fill this whole thing up with a little bit of water, which is just going to make that glass not heat up and crack like I mentioned. Now, you just basically have to drill. I mean, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to start really slow and just kind of slowly go through. It might take me as long as 5 to 7 minutes to drill through. So you don't want to push down, you just want the weight of the drill to go through. And the biggest thing is you don't want any kind of a wobble. You want straight down, right? So you just let the weight of the drill slowly go through. If it takes 5 minutes, takes 10 minutes, whatever it may be. And let's hope we don't crack this sucker. All right, so like I mentioned, I got all 4 holes drilled. It went absolutely incredible. I did kind of jump ahead of myself because I forgot we have to still patch these holes. I still have to get the glass and silicone in, so tomorrow was a little bit ambitious, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead, take these up there, get them in their slots, and then I can start working on the bulkheads tonight and stuff like that and get ready. And with any luck, maybe the next day, we'll actually have alligators in here, but all in all, it went really well. Ready? Yep, good. Yep. We have to walk a little bit less the next time.
And then don't let it tilt.
You ever shove this? Awesome. They fit like a perfect glove, so that was a lot of work, but they're in. And they are in, guys. Just in case you guys didn't understand what I was talking about with salt and pepper, is the fact that we used to have to get them from the backside, which was a pain. It was hard. You're like reaching down, you're trying to feel for them and stuff like that. Now we can get them from the front with these glasses, and they can have locks on them. So we can not only put them in here and easy access them, but now we can start to really clicker train them, name train them and stuff like that. So we can get them to come to a certain point for food. That's something we can do now that they're gonna be like this. So they'll be out here permanently. Like I said, I still have to patch these holes really quick. And then of course have to do all the plumbing once I get the other bulkheads, because these just are in here just to see and make sure that I did the right thing with the drilling. But for those of you that are thinking, hey, I might need to drill holes in glass, I hope that this helped you a little bit. In the meantime, I am just over the top happy that it worked out. So all I have to do is get bulkheads, seal up those holes, and get these alligators in there. So that's awesome. So I know it's a little departure from the normal vlog, but hey, this was pretty awesome, I think. As we're getting close to being finished with Salt and Pepper's enclosure, I've got this monkey to worry about pretty soon too, because he is definitely getting big. And although he's got a lot of room, and I love this pond, I always have loved this pond, the fact is we have some pretty big plans for RJ's big upgrade coming soon. Are you going to be happy, buddy? I think that once we move him in, he's going to be a lot better, in a lot better mood, if I'm not mistaken for you. So we'll just see what happens with him. And the fact of the matter is we'll have Salt and Pepper done pretty quick here, and then we'll move on to maybe working on RJ. If you enjoyed this, actually this video right here is when I got Salt and Pepper, and over here you can see a whole playlist of a bunch of really cool stuff. Over here, if you don't mind, can you hit that subscribe button? While you're at it, turn those post notifications on. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and remember to be kind to someone. I promise I'll see you guys tomorrow.